Nottingham Forest, if not for football here. John Robertson, the expert penalty taker, and behind him Tony Woodcock, the man who's found his scoring touch again. Well, David Needham, the big defender. Martin O'Neill, well, it's in fact with his back to us is Archie Gemmill. Great little worker in midfield. And behind him Martin O'Neill, hoping that St Patrick's Day will mean something for him. Frank Clark, that veteran fullback. And now Southampton coming out, led inevitably by Alan Ball. Wembley almost is his second home. Laurie McMenemy doing a good job, although our spies down there say they are fantastically relaxed at the moment. Steve Williams behind him. And Malcolm Waldron, a young local boy defender. So you've seen that already. And now, on a bright sunny day at Wembley, after all the bad weather, the crowd can see them too. And you notice straight away that Peter Taylor is leading out Nottingham Forest. Where is Brian Clough? Well, they always tend to cause a surprise or two, those couple of incredible characters, and for the first time the manager not leading out his Wembley side. It's his right-hand man, Peter Taylor, who gets the honour. And unnoticed almost by the crowd, there's the man you might have expected would have been leading out Nottingham Forest today. It's Brian Clough. And the dignitaries for the afternoon coming out for the presentations. On the left, Lord Westwood, the president of the Football League. And on the right of the picture, Dr. Artemio Franchi, the president of UEFA. So John McGovern doing his introductions. Steve Williams and Malcolm Waldron, Ivan Golac and Phil Boyer, little Austin Hayes, only 5'6", big Terry Gennoe, the goalkeeper, Nick Holmes, Chris Nicholl, Terry Curran, and the little substitute there, Tony Seeley. Look at the smile on his face, and no wonder. It was only on Tuesday that he knew he was going to be in this cup final squad, and it was the biggest surprise to him when Laurie McMenemy, his manager, told him yesterday, "You're the substitute." Peter Taylor looking very pensive, and a beautiful shot of Alan Ball singing the national anthem. So let's check on the two teams for this afternoon's final. First, Nottingham Forest. Brian Clough delayed his choice until yesterday. He had to rule out the England defender Viv Anderson, not recovered from injury. Kenny Burns not quite ready, and Trevor Francis ineligible, but Colin Barrett, who missed last year's final through injury, is back. Only his second game since he was injured early in the season. Otherwise, the faces and the names are now well known. Meanwhile, the Southampton manager, Laurie McMenemy, feels the team that beat West Bromwich Albion in the FA Cup last Monday is a decision that gives Austin Hayes a Wembley place after only 6 first-team games this season. Some contrast to Alan Ball playing his 32nd game in this stadium. The substitute, Tony Seeley, only included in the squad on Tuesday, but he's been doing well in the reserves, yet to play a full game in the first team. But here is Austin Hayes, only 5'6" tall, a London boy. Quite a day for Southampton when he joined them, because the same day Steve Williams, the skillful young midfielder, also joined, and the pair have shared the same digs in Southampton ever since. It's the same sort of fairy tale for Forest's Gary Birtles. Didn't force his way into the first team until September. Since then he scored 17 times. He links up now with Tony Woodcock. After a fairly barren season, Tony got back amongst the goals on Wednesday night with 2 against Norwich. Meanwhile, in the background, putting pressure on the striker is Trevor Francis, that £1 million man, not eligible for this final, so he sits it out. The referee today, it's, as I've told you, Peter Reeves from Leicester. He's a FIFA referee, and the crowd here, in fact, the receipts for this Wembley crowd today top £400,000. So here we go, Southampton in a chain strip of yellow with blue shorts, attacking the goal to our right. It's the same colour strip they used when they won the FA Cup against Manchester United in '76. Nottingham Forest in red with white shorts. And Peter Shilton with the first touch of this new football to be used in the league next season, white with a red band around it, so that it's easy to see in all conditions, say the Football League. And incidentally, it will only be manufactured by British companies. Lloyd whacking that one away, and that's going to go for a goal kick. Quite a contrast, in fact, between the two goalkeepers today. Here's Terry Gennoe. Just over a year ago, he was playing for Halifax, and he cost Southampton £35,000. At the other end, well, you know him well, Peter Shilton, £340,000 when he joined Nottingham Forest. And Clark getting in first. Frank Clark, I suppose, for 2 or 3 seasons now, everybody's been saying, well, someday somebody's going to skin him, but nobody does at the moment. He's using his old head very well. Over 400 games for Newcastle United before he joined Forest on a free transfer some 4 years ago. Incredible record. Golac with the throw. Ball playing it back to him. Oh, Golac playing it in nice and firmly again to Ball. Williams now trying to switch it wide, but it's an offside. The flag on this side is up against Curran. It's an amazing turnaround since they won the Cup, Southampton, in '76. Only 2 remain from that side. David Peach is one, and Nick Holmes, number 10, is the other. Woodcock ducking in there, playing it wide now for Robertson. Crossed in well towards Birtles. Well saved. Well, Robertson certainly showed what he was made of there, and the threat that he could cause Southampton down that left flank. Crossing that ball in well, it was Birtles who got up, and Gennoe who got down well. Well, Larry Lloyd's header finding Tony Woodcock. And Woodcock looking very sharp indeed. He hasn't scored many goals this season, in fact only 7, but say in these opening minutes he looks full of fire and running. Golac again inside the ball. And now O'Neill, and now Birtles. O'Neill again. Yes, this time finding Barrett. Cross coming in towards Gary Birtles. And somehow Southampton crowded him out. There's a fair bit of talent on that bench today. Nottingham Forest on the right, as you can see, and Southampton on the left. Hayes to Boyer. Holmes in behind him. That's the pass for Nick Holmes. Boyer again. Peach waiting for it now. Peach getting it. Right foot perhaps. No. Alan Ball. Played in there. Now for Peach. And a goal. David Peach. They're looking around for offside. The linesman kept his flag down. And Southampton have worked a superb goal by David Peach with 16 minutes gone. Here he is, Peach, who started it. Played in here for Alan Ball. And goes on his run. Onside when the ball was played. Good decision by the linesman. Round on Peter Shilton, right foot into the back of the net. And Nottingham Forest 0, Southampton 1. David Peach, the man who never seems to fail from the penalty spot, has now got, well, a real genuine goal. And what an important one it could be. Frank Clark. Birtles. Well, the big man not showing any emotion, but that's a tremendous start for Southampton. The underdogs here, certainly so far as the bookmakers are concerned. Here's Woodcock. Clark laying it in for Lloyd. Here's Waldron. Now Boyer. And now Austin Hayes. Curran. Holmes is loose on this side. If Curran can hoist one far enough, Boyer's in there. And Holmes was almost in there. What a brave and a good piece of goalkeeping by Shilton. Well, they thought Holmes would be a danger man, and as Curran lifted that one in there, Boyer nearly got what could have been a decisive touch there. Holmes was there too. Look at that brave bit of keeping. Peter Reeves showing signs of having a good game himself. He's letting enough go to suggest that he wants it to be a spectacle. Ball. Peach. Hayes. Ball again. Very confined space, but he did so well to find David Peach. Holmes playing it in again towards Austin Hayes. Ball wanting it back again and getting it. Onto the byline. And a good cross by him towards Boyer. Oh, my word, and Boyer did well to chest it down, and it was charged away in the end by Clark. A lot of skill in that little bit of play, though, by Southampton, by Ball and by Boyer. Played on that time by Robertson for Birtles. Played for Woodcock. Is this the equaliser? Well, Peach was across there when it could have been dangerous, and Peach, I must say, is having one of those days when he can do no wrong. As Birtles brought that in now for Woodcock. Just look at Peach getting in there. Nice backward header by Williams.